Hey now, was ist los? Good evening. It's me again, Malika Dickerson from the New Progressives. And right now, really quickly, before you vote, and I hope a lot of you have already voted, but I'm sure a lot of you have not. And I want to talk about the down ballot, because this is very important. Whenever I worked in the California polls in 2008, I was in a Republican district. But I remember, as a poll worker, you're not allowed to be partisan. And so you can't respond when people are like, I'm voting for Obama. I'm voting for Obama. I'm happy they're saying it. But it's like, and the kids, the elementary school where the election was, like they came out after the school was over. They're like, we voted for Obama. And it's like, but but here's the thing that drove me crazy. It happened at every election. They would come in and say, "Oh, I'm just voting for Obama," and they would go bloop bloop, vote for Obama, Biden, and then leave. Like there was nothing out. Prop 8, banning gay marriage was on the ballot. This was a Republican held district. Duncan Hunter got voted back in, and then ended up being kicked out of office just a few years later for stealing taxpayer dollars. Then his son took a seat, and he's currently indicted, right, for using campaign funds. Him and his wife, like, it's their personal income. Yeah, y'all could have voted them out too. Okay, so the down ballot is important, and I know that there's a lot of new voters and a lot of people who dip in and out of politics don't really. And my nephew said one time, he was like, "It always seems like it's too much to jump into. Like it's all complicated. Like I don't know enough about it." It's not complicated. People try to overcomplicate it, but the founders made our Constitution very simple for a reason. We're self-governing, meaning we govern ourselves. We don't have some monarch, some dictator who rules us with an iron hand and iron fist. We are the iron fist. We run our elected officials. Trump isn't our boss. We're his boss. So again, the way he's running around like a tyrant, we got to be fed up. And he couldn't have done any of this stuff. He couldn't have done any of this. He would have been removed from office if he didn't have a whole gang of Republican enablers. So if y'all want to get rid of this toxic environment that is taking over our politics, over our government, you got to hold all of them accountable. So here in Ohio, let me show you. I'm going to share the screen with you. Here's our district map now. Now, I like that they put this on here. I just took this from, I can't remember what website, but anyway, we have 16 congressional districts, 16 different representatives in the U.S. Congress. And of those 16 seats, only 4 are Democratic. In our last election in 2016, Democrats won a plurality of the votes, meaning we won more votes. All the Democrats running, but Republicans won 75% of the seats. And this is why. Look at how District 11 is drawn and District 3. That's near Columbus and Cleveland. That's to break up Democratic votes and so that they have more seats. Now, the district map is drawn every 10 years by our state legislature, confirmed by the House of Representatives. Notice this is one of those 10 years, okay? 2010 is when Republicans took over and did this, made Ohio was ruled one of the most gerrymandered district maps in the country. And we've never been that. Ohio, we believe in fair play. And this is what Republicans did. Those Republicans have to be voted out. So let's see who's running in the Republican Party. So if we go back to what I told you in the last one, WSU has a kick-ass voter guide. Come on, man. I love their voter guide. So if you go here, they break it down, all the districts, 1st through the 16th district. And if you click on, so Steve Shabbat, he's an incumbent in the 1st district. And so it'll show you debate performances, things he said, things his opponents have said, his opponent has said. And so that's the matchup for that one. But you can go down and look for your district. And so if you go to govtrack.us, say govtrack.us. Here, you just put in your address and it'll take you to your district and your representative. Here are the 4 Democrats. Mine was one of them, Joyce Beatty, and Marcia Fudge in Cleveland, Marcia Captor down in my hometown. I didn't know the site of county, and she's been down there for decades. Good job. And then Tim Ryan near Dayton, I think he is, somewhere in those parts. But look at all these places. I know everybody loves Anthony Gonzalez. He's a great football player. I loved him. He's a Buckeye. Yeah, he don't need to be in there either. He's been voting lock and step with Troy Balderson. All of these people, they have been damn devils. Jim Jordan, come on, y'all. He's a pedophile enabler, and now he's a Trumpist. Y'all got to get rid of him. So again, this is your slate. Know who these people are. Research them. GovTrack, if you click on them, it'll take you to your district map and show you everything that you need to know about who's running here. So again, Jim Jordan is where? Yeah, Finley. What are y'all doing over there? This is his district. Yeah. Bucyrus. Anyway, he ain't my rat. So anyway, all of y'all, he's in your district. Get rid of this piece of. So there we go. That's what I wanted to show y'all. And I want y'all to understand the importance too. Is like I'll be trying to explain this to, and furthermore, but on top of that, so in Ohio, as Oshu points out, we have our senators, Sherrod Brown, and we were voting Rob Portman out if we could. But we only have 16 of our House of Representatives, of our Congress people are up for re-election. And they go up every 2 years. So, but we do have 2 Supreme Court judges on the ballot. We're replacing 2 long-serving Republicans with the current Democrats, Jennifer Brunner and John P. O'Donnell. That's who we're voting for. And Cuyahoga, whatever. So that's what we're doing. But like I said, right here, if you look at the Democratic ballot at Ohio Dems, they'll give you our official set from state to state. So you'll see those aren't the only offices up for ballot. You know, we've got all of our state reps in these different districts. So it's not just our national Congress. So think about it like this. And I was trying to explain this to someone, a new voter. Because, I mean, it literally, people vote more for president than Congress. It's like people come out to vote every 4 years. There's a national election, a federal election every 2 years. Okay. And our representatives are first of all, Congress is the first branch of government. And there's a reason. This is government of and by and for the people. They represent us. Those Marcia Fudge, Joyce Beatty, they live in your district, right? Marcy Captor lives inside a county. You know, Trump doesn't. He's never been to your town, okay? So your Congress, your state legislatures, your state reps, those are the people who live where you live. And they're up for vote every 2 years, but they're in there for decades, untouched. One, because the map's been rigged, but 2, because people do get, I don't know what judge, I don't know what they vote for. I don't even bother. Well, it's important. So here, our government is like concentric circles, a ring around a ring around a ring. So just like you have a president and vice president on this, you have the state level governor and lieutenant governor. And on the local city level, you have your mayor, right? So you got Congress at the federal level. Then you got your state legislature at the state level. And then you've got your city council at the city level. You got your Supreme Court at the federal level. State Supreme Court, we've got 2 Supreme Court justices up for, election this year. And then you've got your municipal and county judges, right? Your appeals courts. It's important to know who these people are, right? These are the people that are going to adjudicate all your cases. You get caught in a traffic stop, you get caught with whatever. These are your judges. And so it's built this way, three branches. So they provide a check, right? Your governor is doing something reckless and out of control. Your state legislature is supposed to overrule it. Unlike in places where, you've got a Democratic governor who puts in a mandate, or a Democratic mayor who says, yeah, we're going to put in a mask ordinance. And then the governor overrules her and says, no, we don't, yeah, no, go play in the pandemic. We ain't stopping it, right? It's out of balance now, right? Because you got people doing crazy stuff. They're not working in the interest of the people. And so you need to vote them out. This is not what our government is set up to do. Their sole mission is to provide and serve us. And they've got it all backwards. So we've got to make sure that we are kicking them out of power when they quit serving us. And I know there's a lot of Republicans that are disgusted with Trump, but they're afraid to let Democrats control all three branches. May I remind you, when Democrats have controlled all three branches, it was after the Great Depression, after the Great Recession. Anytime Republicans totally destroy the economy, it's the Democrats who take over the presidency and the Congress, in both branches of Congress, and then fixes it just in time for another Republican administration to come in and F it up. Okay? Bush effed up the economy. President Obama and Joe Biden fixed it for 8 years. Trump had that. If he didn't do anything, he even spent $2 trillion of taxpayer dollars and handed it to wealthy people. And yet, still the economy, because of what President Obama and Joe Biden did, was still disproportionate, uneven, unparalleled. But it was still rocking and rolling. Everything that's jacked up is because of this dude and his enablers. That means every single one of those 12 Republicans in our state, in our congressional caucus from Ohio, have enabled him. Jim Jordan's been one of the biggest ones. So when you vote, make sure you pick everyone. And I think voting by mail is going to help us out a lot this election, because you actually have time to sit at home and fill out each one and look up each one before you cast your vote. I'm saying I'm voting all blue. And that's, I like to listen to the debate, but this is a time where we know they've cast their lot. This is a 75-25 debate. There's only one question, and it is not about party. It's about, will we still remain a democracy? And if you're voting, then your answer is yes. And that means no to all the Republicans. So there you go. That's my partisan spiel. The down ballot, don't forget it.